You know, out of the 60 days, I refer to it as a 62-day season because this youth weekend, you know, this is one of the weekends that I look forward to the most. As much as I love shooting, the joy I get watching my son or my daughter kill a duck, you know, it's really not, you know, nothing you can put a price on, really. It makes me warm and fuzzy inside.
So my daughter Corbin, she's 7 years old. It's really been a blessing to be able to take her to a spot and not have to worry about getting there first or sleeping in a boat or do anything crazy, to get her a good spot and have her an enjoyable hunt. So it's been really cool to get her out here. Tomorrow morning is youth weekend. Everybody's excited and we're just ready to turn these kids loose.
Good job, girl. Killer's gonna kill. Gotta get a good season with them.
Day one of youth season, I had tasked Big Murr to move the blind. He was about 90 degrees off on where to move the blind. We got set up and you know, we had some ducks get right, but for the most part, it was challenging getting them lined up to get these kids a shot, just the way the way the blind was positioned. So we gave them a really hard time, but you know, that's part of the fun too. You know, when you've got kids of this age, you know, it's tough for them to hold a gun on their own. So, you know, our setup, we've got to be hid really good, and then you've got to land them on the water. So that's a challenge in itself, but this year we made that happen. Hey, John David. All right, so they're gonna be coming in like this. We got these kids right here. So if you, Teal, get ready. John David, go shoot all those you can. Coming that close, you think, oh, I'm just gonna kill this one and kill that one and kill that one, and what happens is you don't have your head down on your gun. So hey, just really bear down. If your head's not all the way down that bead, you're gonna shoot over them every time. So just keep that head down on that gun, and one at a time. So this weekend, you know, it's about passing along knowledge to kids. So whether it's your kid or somebody else's, you know, you're just looking for those moments to make them a better hunter moving forward. I'm calling. Listen, just kind of kick the water. But just when you hear me call. Watch these three come in right here. Get on one, Jace. Get ready to shoot, Corbin. John David, get ready. Shoot, John David, shoot. On the second day of the hunt, we had some good sunshine. The ducks were really acting right, and but we had a lull there about 8:30, and a lot of the adults, some of the kids were off of the trees we had been standing on the bank. And Corbin, you know, she's diehard. She was out there, you know, manning her position. She was ready. And throughout the morning, you know, I'm telling the grown-ups that were there to kick the water, to create that movement. You know, water movement is so critical when you're hunting. I'm a water kicking Nazi. And I hadn't told Corbin to kick the water, you know, all morning, but I guess she had been paying attention. Well, we were standing back behind her. Some ducks started working, and I'm calling, and I look up, and she's up there just kicking the water. And, you know, you talk about a proud dad moment, and that was one of the things, you know, that I'll never forget. And everybody looked at me and they were like, is she really kicking the water? And it was like, wow, yeah. So she's, you know, these kids are paying attention to everything you do, you know, so, you know, they're soaking everything up. So, and that's what this weekend's all about, you know, it's all about the kids.
It's awesome to be able to bring your children and pass on the love of the sport that we've all been taught by our parents, our friends. I can remember my dad taking me on my first hunt. And now it's nice to be able to be old enough to have children that you can introduce the sport to in hopes that they'll love it as much as you do.
Sometimes as hunters, we get caught up on being on the X and shooting limits, but it's weekends like these that remind you, you know, what you're here for, passing on the tradition to your kids. You know, 20 years from now, they're not gonna remember how many ducks they killed. They're just gonna remember that you took them hunting.